The NBA Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals are both occurring right now. Game 1, Celtics versus the Miami Heat. That will be going on tonight. It'll be alternating in a way so that the Florida Panthers and Miami Heat never play at the same time. Western Conference Finals, Denver Nuggets already beat the Los Angeles Lakers last night. Lakers were down 18 at the half. Attempted to make a comeback, unfortunately were unsuccessful. This is again a case where I think the teams who are going to win are not the teams who I want to win. The Boston Celtics took down the Philadelphia 76ers and are our greatest rival, and I want them to lose. I also want the Los Angeles Lakers to squish the Denver Nuggets so that people will finally shut up and stop saying that Nikola Jovic is a real MVP and not Joel Embiid. You know, maybe if we had competent coaching, that wouldn't be the case. And that's why, again, I'm glad that Doc Rivers got fired. I hope Embiid doesn't get traded. I know it's more likely that James Harden goes. And, you know, honestly, I think that will cancel out the effect of us getting a new head coach. Now, my personal feelings aside, I feel like it's going to be a Nuggets versus Celtics. This is the same Final Four as in 2020 with the NBA bubble, where Lakers and Heat, they both moved on. In this case, though, I think that it's going to be the Celtics and the Nuggets. The Nuggets have actually never been to the NBA Finals, which makes me a little bit more hesitant to root against them on grounds of the Lakers have won 17 titles, and the Nuggets have not even been to the NBA Finals yet. Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, the Celtics have won 17 times. Miami's also won a few times. So, you know, that's all nice and fancy. And the NBA playoffs so far, this has been really crazy. I mean, we saw the Miami Heat as the 8 seed take down the Milwaukee Bucks as the 1 seed. We, then saw the Sacramento Kings make their first playoffs in 17 years, ending the longest NBA drought. And oh my God, it's a flood. And then what happened once they made the NBA playoffs was that they got out in a 7-game thriller against the Sacramento Kings. Golden State Warriors. They got against the Warriors. We were able to... We were able to then see, the Lakers be able to take down the Grizzlies. Lakers as the 7 seed, Grizzlies as the 2 seed. So a lot of improbable victories occurred. And then even in the second round, I'm sure not everyone predicted the Warriors to be able to lose the Lakers. So that was interesting, two, at least formerly mega powerhouses, and the Warriors were the defending champions. So that was interesting to see. But again, now we are just in a more stable place with the NBA. Not really too many more exciting stuff could happen. In hockey, you have the Florida Panthers do almost as improbable of a success as the Miami Heat. By being the lowest seed, the second wild card team barely slipped in, although they did clinch a playoff spot before the Islanders. And yet they took down the Boston Bruins, who at 135 points not only won the President's Trophy, but got the most points out of any hockey team in history. And yet they failed to make it out of the wild card round. Reminds me a lot of the 2001 Seattle Mariners. They were able to make it past the first round. They got out in the ALCS, though, to the New York Yankees. Even though they got the most wins in baseball history, tied with the 1906 Cubs, and they had fewer games. Which, yes, the 1906 Cubs actually lost in the World Series. It also can bring back a few memories of the 2007 Patriots, who went undefeated and yet could not take down the Giants in the Super Bowl. So that's some stuff that I get reminded of too when I think about this. Seattle Kraken, first ever postseason, 2 7-game thrillers. One where they took down the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. Unfortunately, they could not take down the Dallas Stars. I'm still a little bit bitter about that. And as we know, several other very interesting series happened. We had a lot of rivals face off. This happened in football too, where in football we saw the Eagles take on the Giants. We saw the 49ers take on the Seahawks, Bengals taking on the Ravens, and we, of course, saw the Bills take on the Dolphins. The 49ers were also took on the Cowboys. They're longtime postseason rivals. So that was neat to see. Baseball, there weren't really too many rivalries, but baseball doesn't really have that many to begin with. Basketball, I mean, it's been kind of crazy so far. We saw the Knicks take on the Heat, 76ers take on Celtics. Celtics and Heat are also rivals with each other. Can't remember if there were any other big rivalries that went on. Surprisingly, the Warriors and Lakers are not really rivals, so I don't think so. But again, very interesting to see. We can see the top NBA rivalry between the Celtics and Lakers go on into the NBA Finals. That would guarantee one of them win their 18th title and set the record. Right now, they're both tied at 17. And yeah, I just think that we're in for a good one, but it would be better if the Kraken and Sixers were able to participate in their respective Final Four. I mean, being in the Final Eight was pretty good, but I just wish they were in the Final Four, you know.